Yo, what's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist cap. So let's zoom in, back again at Group B. Pretty much all these decks can still move on to the top 16 playoffs. Metalfoes is fairly certain, right? Simply because it already won its previous two matches. But the next matchup we have Gladiator Beast, the older, at least pretty much the oldest deck here in this particular group. It's going to take on the youngest deck, if that makes sense, from 2016. So Metalfoes what was it, pre-Master Rule, or at least, you know, Master Rule 4, basically full power pendulum mechanics. So featuring, what is it, Clifford Scout, the Clifford, a small Clifford package, Magispector Engine, Magispector Unicorn, and so on. So, which deck has the advantage? Intriguing one, I would say, especially, you know, we've seen the previous matchup of Metalfoes against, you know, Rulers, how strong Foes was against, you know, like an Exceed board without any interruptions. But on the other hand, if you look at, you know, GB and the deck list, GB is somewhat of a trap heavy deck, and there's stuff like Cold Wave and Oppression is being side-decked, so I think GB does stand a chance, but we'll see. So Reaper in defense, again Cold Wave in effect, so you cannot basically blocks pendulums as a whole, and you know, both players cannot set spells and traps, they cannot activate spells during, what is it, until the end of the main phase of the next turn, right? At least until the end of next turn. So Prisma Test Tiger combo, we can pop the, what is it, the Gold Driver, I believe the name is, and Reaper discards one card. Sadly, we don't have the opportunity to put up Heraclinos, so they can still go for a potential big pendulum summon, and even though Cold Wave, it did set them back one turn, they still have options, especially, you know, because of the pendulums going back to the extra, or destroyed to the extra deck, so you're not really losing resources. Plus, as you know, like Metalfoes, they do have the opportunity or capability to get back, what is it, pendulums from the graveyard with the continuous trap. Is it the combination? I can't remember. Mithrilium hits the field. Reaper is going to stay face up on field. But I'm not so sure. Are there Metalfoes that do trample damage? You know, attack over defense. Does it matter? No, what is Mithrilium can bounce, right? I mean, they can bounce Reaper and just attack, no? So end phase, they use the continuous trap, reborn something from the graveyard. I think one of the Metalfoes that was, what is it, was discarded off of Fusion Summon, or was discarded off of Reaper, right? So, long story short, I do protect Spirit Reaper thanks to Book of Moon. But Archfiend Eccentric. Basically an Exiled Force, right? But better than Exiled Force because Archfiend Eccentric also hits the back row. So equip game number 1. Game number 2, again Cold Wave, and we see Oppression and Solemn. So I was like, okay, let's go for it. Let's use Cold Wave again. The question now, are they at least not attacking? I mean, they should. I mean, okay, the chances are that it's indeed, what is it? It's not a Hoplamus. Yeah, Hoplamus with the big defense. So we can't destroy, you know, what is it, the Magispector Bambuku, but now we are able to go for Heraclinos, right? Which is huge against Pendulum. So every time if your opponent activates a spell, for example, you can discard the card and negate that one. I probably should have set the, I should have set Judgment just in case of Archfiend Eccentric. That's my mistake. You know, Heraclinos is not protected by destruction effects. So I think I'm in a fairly good position, especially Heraclinos protecting Oppression. That field would have been disgusting, especially with Unicorn, but Oppression says no. So all monsters are destroyed, you know, at least they don't hit the field. And Heraclinos, you know, just protects Oppression, and I think this is just a matter of time. Yeah. Then again, I can't tag out myself, but you know, Oppression doesn't work the same way as Vanity's Emptiness, right? So again, we can't open Cold Wave. Like, imagine here. No. The thing here is that, what is it? This was Billy Break's list, and Billy Break was running the, what was it? The Clifford Scout engine. So, like, going first, you basically had the opportunity to put up a Cyber Dragon Infinity, and back in a day, like, one Omni negation was already powerful. And here, okay, Cold Wave could force out the Infinity, but yeah, what would have been my place after that? Even with 1 or 2 Test Tiger, you know, your Infinity can just negate Darius and my play stop. So unfortunate this one, but I mean, Infinity with, what was it, 3 or 4 back row for the potential Alchahist, yeah, to interrupt. it is what it is. Okay, so game number 4, we again open Cold Wave. What is it, 2 of? I think, yeah, it was only played 2 here in this particular build, so we set 2. Protected, I don't think we need to fear Heavy Storm or mass board wipes, so we immediately use Prisma, you know, get rid of Bestiary, set it up in the graveyard for potentially next turn. They take the chance, they have to, so Oppression, again, Oppression, such a disgusting card. No special summons, right? Both players can use Oppression, keep it in mind. But, and that's so beautiful about Cold Wave, is Cold Wave shuts down your own Oppression as well. Then again, Dimensional Barrier, I assume Fusion was called, so sadly we cannot capitalize on this one, but we can tag out for Bestiary, again pop one of the back rows, yeah, pop the scale, that's fine. Prisma cannot tag out itself, that's fine. Again, Cold Wave is still in effect, so no spells and traps, no pendulums, or at least yeah, no pendulum zones, no pendulum summon, and this again should be more than enough, yeah. They aren't really running battle traps, right? So 2-2, that's cool. But again, Metalfoes goes first again, and we again open 5 times Cold Wave. But my hand is not the best, especially going second. Torrential, against Magic Spectres, not the best. Plus they, what is it, going for the Totem Bird, which negates, what is it, the spell and trap? Spell or trap. And Mirror Force as well. So this is, and Secutor, you know, Secutor is, you always want to have it in, especially if you have Test Tiger. But Secutor is one of those cards that, you know, it's your Garnet, right, of the deck. You will always open with it. So 2 sets, we know the sets, Torrential and Mirror Force, but, you know, against stuff like the Magic Spectres, it's useless. Okay, it does force out Totem Bird. I mean, you should. Metalfoes Fusion for Mithrilium, we still have the Mirror Force set, but I mean, what is Mirror Force going to do against Magic Spectres? And Mithrilium can just replenish itself, right, or replace itself. What is it, Reborn something from the extra deck? Yeah, I think so. So I don't feel there's any card that could potentially, you know, give me like a comeback, another Cold Wave. That's not going to help. And yeah, they can go for, what is it? Ori Hulk, but that doesn't give them, no, it gets rid of the low attack monster, right? Plus the, yeah, they still have Unicorn, so no chance, no chance. Like, long story short, I think GB definitely had a small chance of winning this one, especially post side deck, you know, Oppression and the multiple back rows. But I mean, they needed to go first in game number 1. So, okay, Metalfoes currently first place, GB second place, and this means that both Light and Darkness, you know, Rulers and Infernities are out because of the wins, right? Against, I think Light and Darkness Dragon Rulers lost 3-0 against Metalfoes, and that was a biggie. Okay, so that's the next matchup. Guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like. If you enjoyed the video, Riddim signing out. Peace.